all the Chantry is about is trying to get vengeance on the Tevinter Imperium. It's a political organization. Nothing else.
Huh.
Tribal necklace. A gift. Sun bleeds teeth and bones. Okay. Oh. 1 second. Got too much stuff. Iron ring. Okay, and just a fat bottom. Okay. Now that you stole my kill, Alistair, I'm going to light the beacon. The fight! The light!
Sound the retreat.
What about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
The light!
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
I remember you. You're the girl from the wilds.
I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds where I am bandaging your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
She rescued me? You mean from the tower?
Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
My friend, you mean Alistair?
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before, yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
Well, thank you for helping me, Morrigan.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
What difference does that make? You're helping me now. Okay. Why did your mother want to see me?
I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans.
Okay. Were my injuries severe? They felt severe.
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
Okay, what about Alistair? Is he alright?
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
That would be very unkind. Those were his friends.
And you think they would encourage his blubbering? If so, they are not the sort of Grey Wardens the legends note.
Okay. I've got some more questions, if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
Okay. Are we safe here? Where'd the Darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Okay. Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
I happen to be nobility, you know?
I stand corrected.
What does that mean? You stand corrected. So does that mean you're going to rescue me first next time I'm in a battle where a king falls? Okay, so how did she manage to rescue us exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
Okay. So are there any other survivors besides us?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Alright, so... why? What's happening?
Are you sure you want me to describe it?
Yes, please.
I had a good view of the battlefield. 'Tis a grisly scene. There are bodies everywhere, and Darkspawn swarm them, feeding, I think. They also look for survivors and drag them back down beneath the ground. I cannot say why.
So that was true. So why Tyr Logain abandon the king?
I do not know who this Logain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
Okay. I think that's enough questions.
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
Oh, okay. But she smells good. Okay. I still have my equipment. Well, so it appears I do. She sure likes standing close to me. I like that. Maybe we'll have a chance to get even closer. For now. Let's go ahead and make our way out. Right. Its staff is a curious one.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
I'm not, thanks to Morrigan's mother.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Yeah, who cares what she is? We need to do something now.
We need to bring Loghain to judgment. Why would he do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver.
Yeah, good luck
Perhaps
with
he
that.
does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
Okay, so what is this Archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
Okay, so... we need to find this... Okay. Will you help us fight this Blight, Flemeth?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds.
Yeah.
I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Arl Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
Arl Eamon? The Arl of Redcliffe?
I suppose. Arl Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Okay, and... surely there are other allies we could call on as well.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then,
Yes, we are.
ready to be Grey Wardens.
Thank you for everything, Flemeth.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Very well, we'll take her with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, This is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I
Sorry.
understand.
And you, Wardens. Do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I understand. She won't come to harm with us.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the Wilds as our first destination. 'Tis not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
Oh, no. No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
Are you insane? We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right.
What the hell are
The
you
Grey
talking
Wardens
about?
have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
You're an idiot, Alistair. Actually, I have some more questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
Fantastic. Okay, so even though Flemeth is here, that's kind of a rude question. Okay, so have you never been outside the wilds?
From time to time, I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Oh. Alright. Is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
Okay, so tell me about this village. Actually, I'll just ask you. Are you really Flemeth's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
Yes. She's just going to stay here alone?
Mother was alone long before I came, and will be so long after I am dead. Such is her choice, though I suspect she would claim the choice was made for her.
I see. Okay, so tell me about the village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your imperial highway where travelers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
Yeah.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Yeah, with their fake political agenda. Okay. Yeah, there's a reason to go there. Okay, but let me ask. Are there any, concrete reasons we should go to the Lothering?
I mention it for its tavern, where travelers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed. Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
Fantastic. Sounds like, though we may end up being a magnet for trouble. So how are we going to get past the Darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
What do you mean?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
Okay. I don't sense any darkspawn.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent darkspawn, will always detect us.
Those
Mother has
emissaries.
given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. 'Tis important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
Okay. You know, it is tempting to see what loot is left over. So darkspawn are camped further in the forest?
They come from underground, like an eruption.
Bastards.
They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
Okay, so we don't want to go that way. Okay, so what skills do you have exactly, Morrigan?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Never mind him. You don't have to cook.
You missed your chance. Now it's charred rabbit from here on out.
Who cares? Alright, I've got no more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alright, there we go. The Earl of Radcliffe. It's our first person to acquire. Wow. Paragon of West. Wow. That's a mouthful. So, the Earl of Radcliffe. Seek out Earl Eamon. Alistair thinks that you should seek the help of Eamon Garin, the Earl of Radcliffe. Earl Eamon is a highly respected noble and has a great deal of influence in the Landsmeet. Alistair believes that he will certainly aid you once he learns about Logan's betrayal. A paragon of her kind. Gain Ozamar's aid. You need to travel deep underground to the fabled dwarven city of Ozamar to earn the trust of her king and dwarven troops for her army. Nature of the beast. Gain the cooperation of the Dallas clans. The wandering Dallas elves, if brought together, are a force to be reckoned with. While they remain suspicious of outsiders, they may still honor the old Grey Warden treaties. Go to the Dalish elves and seek their help to fight the blight. And finally, the Broken Circle. Gather the mages of the Circle for our army. The Circle of Magi is a group of powerful mages. If we can enlist their help, they'll prove a formidable foe against Darkspawn. The Circle Tower is located on Lake Galahad, named after Galahad the Great, the first king of Ferelden. Okay, so we have a number of different quests. Sir Crossing. Came to Logan's service. Some guy. King Callahan, he's dead. He fell in battle beside Duncan at Osagar. First Ferelden king born to the land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Flemeth, you're required to do nothing, least of all believe. Ages ago, legend says Ban Conabar took to wife a beautiful young woman who harbored a secret talent for magic. Flemeth of Highever. Oh, she's from our town. And for a time, they lived happily until the arrival of a young poet, Ossian, who captured the lady's fancy with his verse. They turned to the chasing tribes for help and hid from Conobar's wrath in the wilds until word came to them that Conobar lay dying. His last wish was to see Flemeth's face one last time. The lovers returned, but it was a trap. Conobar killed Osen and imprisoned Flemeth in the highest tower of the castle. In grief and rage, Flemeth worked a spell to summon a spirit into this world to wreak vengeance upon her husband. Vengeance she received, but not as she planned. The spirit took possession of her, turning Flemeth into an abomination. A twisted, maddened horror. She slaughtered Conobar, all his men, and then fled into the wilds. For 100 years, Flemeth plotted, stealing men from the chasing, the sire of monstrous daughters, horrific things that could kill a man. Fear. Oh, brother. You know what? This has got to be written by the Chantry. These Kakari wild witches led an army of the chasing from the wilds to strike out the Almari tribes. Right. They were defeated by the hero Cormac, and all the witches burn, or so they say. This is such fable. But even now, the wilders whisper that Flemeth lives on in her marsh. She and her daughters steal those men who come too near. Morrigan's mother saved the last Grey Wardens from death at the top of the Tower of Ishal. But just who or what Flemeth truly is a mystery. Yeah, a lot of that sounds like conjecture. Paternal uncle of King Callan. Paternal uncle, okay. So his daughter was married to Merrick. It's kind of weird. Trusted advisors, fortress guards, Western Pass leads to Orlais, as well as a major trade route with Ozamar. Well-respected man, though not the most charismatic. King Callan once said of him, "My Uncle Eamon's the man everyone thinks well of when they remember to think of him at all." Okay, Duncan's dead. He was a trickster. Duncan was a street urchin and a thief and a rogue who came into the Grey Warden on the day of his execution when Guinevere, the commander of the Grey Wardens, executed the rite of conscription, which is a right that the Grey Wardens have to conscript into their order anyone in all Theodas. And so Duncan was brought in by Guinevere. But this talks about how the Grey Wardens betrayed Ferelden 200 years ago when they got thrown out, and then they were just re-invited by King Merrick. So, but that's kind of a story. Powerful witch. Tales of Doris Flemeth beat Twisters. Kill Mans. She was made to accompany surviving Grey Wardens, us. Payment, Flemeth said, for saving their lives. Okay, that wasn't a bad payment. She's a good-looking girl. Oh my gosh, we're taking a good-looking girl as our payment. All right, so we're heading out, and we'll do that in our next exciting episode. Of course, I'm Erik Malkavian. I'm here playing Dragon Age Origins, the Ultimate Edition, and we're getting ready to head out to Lothering with Morrigan, the Witch of the Wild. Take care and goodbye.